Oh, this bourbon's good.
It's very good.
Welcome to the Buckhorn Podcast. I am Martelle, and with me always is Randy. What's up, Randy? Awesome. I'm glad to hear that all that forging you did today has given you black lung.
You've
got like a cold lung.
Dude, right off the rip. I've been fighting this illness this week because of my surgery and having a new baby, the time off I've had.
You and the rest of the country is like trying to get over this illness.
Well, yeah, and I have no time off. Like they've even told me, like, look, you've taken 5 unpaid days, which is fine, but after 5, we're going to start saying something.
You're right.
And they've been very good to me. This is a company that I left on good terms, and they brought me back.
That's good.
It's very good. That means I was doing a good enough job that they wanted me back and offered me a little more. And I love the company. I love the team. But
you don't. You're just saying that because they're listening.
They don't listen to this show. There's no way any of them do.
Honestly, I thought you were going to say this shit.
And
they don't listen to this shit.
I discussed guessing with my buddy. I'm going to plug some people at the end of the show.
That's fine.
But with Scott of Scott Knives, I was talking to him today, and I said he was talking about the podcast. I was like, "You want to come be on it?" And he's really like private about his life. Which is funny because he makes knives for a living and sells them. But
he can be on the show and still be private about his life.
But he's like introverted, and he's like, I never know what to say. I'm a talker.
Trust me, he'll if he was on the show, he would know what to say. He'd just jump into the conversation.
He's very smart. He's a very smart dude.
At some point, you
like his IQ, ours combined might equal his.
I don't know. Mine's pretty high. I'm just stupid.
Your IQ's high, but you're stupid.
You can have a
you're
high
book
IQ.
Smart.
I'm street smart. I'm just book dumb.
I'm so confused right now. My IQ's too low to understand what you're trying to say.
That's the point.
But
so for all you guys out there that aren't sitting in front of a microphone, the microphone disappears about 5 minutes into a conversation. You don't even realize that it's there.
Yeah, we forget we're recording a lot of times.
Yeah, I do all the time because that's why I say some of the shit that I say.
And why sometimes we sound really loud and up close,
and then
sometimes we sound really far away
because you forget the microphone.
Move,
you move around, you forget the microphone's there. But if Scott, right?
Scott, yeah. So he spells it SXOTT. I don't know why, but that's his thing.
So he can't be found on Facebook.
That's how he spells
personally.
it on Facebook.
Personally,
true.
Because I know people that have just switched letters in their last name.
Oh, that's
so
smart.
You can't find them.
I know people
on
that
Facebook.
use their middle name and no last name. Yeah,
yeah. There's that whole thing too. You can just find me at AKA Martelle. Facebook.com/AKA Martelle. Send me a friend request and I'll put you in purgatory because I don't know you. But you forget that the microphone's sitting in front of you.
Right.
At some point, it just kind of disappears. And you don't realize that you're either not talking into it because you've leaned sideways to take a drink of something so you don't get that
or cough or sneeze
or
fart.
sneeze or whatever it is. And it's
or like I just did to sniff. I leaned way back,
and it still got picked up.
This illness, dude.
But no, I understand your illness. I mean, I've had a sinus infection for about 3 weeks now.
This is upper respiratory infection.
Well, you're fucked up.
Well, yeah.
That's the
so
first
today.
Time
what did I do while I'm? That's one.
Let's see if we can measure that. That's one.
Now you're just going to do it to try to do it.
No, I'm going to try to do it to not to do it.
So what I wanted to say is I apologize if you hear any coughing or hacking. I've got my Phoebe Buffay sexy voice because it's all like nasally and deep. I'm like, I could be dubbed over a rap video going like, oh yeah.
So speaking of that, so whenever I get a really bad sinus infection, it drains down the back of my throat. I end up getting laryngitis, which ends up, I can't reproduce it just now, but I end up getting this really deep, like froggy,
does it sound
raspy.
Sexy? Or do you sound like
Liz says it sounds sexy, and I'm like,
she's like, your wife's so fun. I love Liz. She's like, get sick for me,
she's like,
baby.
Get sick, get that sinus infection, drive behind a diesel truck for about 8
your
miles,
food and like trying to get you.
So the funny thing is, though, is like when I'll get it, it's like it just drains down the back of my throat.
Right.
I get this really raspy, like Lauren. Think Lauren Bacall, the actress Lauren Bacall. You have to look her up. She has a really raspy
voice.
No. She just smoked a lot.
Oh, okay.
I mean, she's got that smoker's voice, like
real nasty.
Yeah, not nasty.
And it turns your wife on.
It's kind of just
start smoking.
No, I'm not.
You'll
smoking.
be able to get some anytime you want.
No. I grew up in a smoker's house. That was bad.
Yeah,
like I've got
inside.
asthma. Like asthma is.
You said asthma.
Asthma.
I got asthma.
What's up, bruh? I got asthma. Asthma.
Been doing my squats.
Got my squats. Got my cleans. Got my deadlifts in last night. Asthma. So,
yeah.
But anyway, I grew up in like a smoker's house, and like so that's affected me. I grew up with like sports-induced asthma. But anyway, I get the sinus infection.
What sport did you play? Cheerleading?
No, I ran track.
Oh, okay.
I trained. I would train 365 days for
Still
track.
Not a sport, but go ahead.
Kiss my rosy red ass.
Running's not a sport. Is cycling a sport?
It can be, yeah. Well, actually, yes. Cycling is a sport because
I was interested
in your definition of cycling, you are going up against other people. There's the defender.
Racing.
Well, it's racing,
not a sport.
but it's
a
sport.
race.
No, racing's a sport.
Debatable.
There can only be one winner.
That's very true. You're right. It's got competition.
It's got competition.
Now,
you gotta run faster than the guy next to you.
My favorite guys that are cycling.
Automotive racing is a sport.
It's
No.
You do it every day.
No.
They just do it better.
They do it better.
They're more skilled.
They do it better, but IndyCar drivers, you can only be an IndyCar driver if you're a certain height, and then you can only be an IndyCar driver if you're a certain weight.
So what?
And
how's that make it a sport?
Hold on, I'm getting
You can only
to that.
fit in a single seat on an airplane if you're a certain weight, too. Doesn't mean riding an airplane's a sport.
Hey, Kevin Smith, knock it the fuck off.
Did you just call me Kevin Smith?
I did. You just
That's
don't,
a compliment.
You just don't wear hockey jerseys.
I need more hockey jerseys. He's lost a lot of weight, though.
He still buys 2 seats on a plane so he can strap his fat ass in.
No, I think he does that because he don't like people.
No, I think he does that because
Have you seen him lately? He's not that big.
I know, but still, he is still a big fucking dude. I mean, he's bigger than I am.
But he's not fat anymore.
No, he's still fat.
No, he's not fat now.
He's
I'm
still
Googling
fat.
him right now.
Hold
on.
You Google the shit out of him. He's still fat.
Oh, I'll Google him all night long.
He's still like 280. 280 is big.
Do you know when I was at my skinniest, when you guys were like, hey, you're almost in a 2X, you know how much I weighed?
280.
280.
Right.
You were amazed at how small I was.
I know, but you're like 400 pounds now.
Well, yeah, I'm
maybe 500.
Ooh, if I hit 500, that's like mobility chair.
You are close to being on my 600-pound life.
No, I'm not that far. I think honestly, I think I would die before I hit 600.
No, I don't think you would.
I don't think my heart would make it.
I think it would. But you are mobile enough that at 600 pounds, you'd still walk around.
I'd waddle.
Well, you'd look like a penguin. So you got that. You got that going for you. But he is still a big dude who wears hockey jerseys and buys 2 seats on an airplane because.
Okay, here's the first picture I pulled up. It's a before and after of him. It's one of him today, and he's wearing a hockey jersey. His face,
what was he wearing in the before picture?
Hold on. In the before picture, he's wearing a black shirt,
a black trench shirt.
No,
trench coat.
Not a trench coat. Trench coat. No, but it's funny. The after picture, he's wearing a hockey jersey. He doesn't look. Now he's taller than you.
Well, yeah, he's like 6'3".
Yeah, he looks almost about your size, almost as small as you. But he's wearing a hockey jersey with a Batman logo on it, and guess what it says?
I'm fat.
It says Fat Man.
Yeah, because he is. I mean,
dude,
he embraces
that
it.
dude right there is not fat. Be honest. If you saw him walking down the street, you would be like, that dude's a tub of lard. He's not fat. He's a big dude.
He's a big dude,
he's big
but
boned.
he's still big boned.
I'm big boned and I'm fat.
Big boned is a myth.
No, I've got big bones. They're giant dinosaur bones that the devil put there.
No. Look at that. We referenced something we posted on Facebook.
I know.
Holy
if you don't
shit.
get that joke, you should follow our Facebook and read the comments.
Yeah,
like, share, subscribe. Always plug. But that dude's not
evolution.
Fat. I mean, even evolution.
He is still a big guy. I mean, that's
he's 6'3".
When was that picture taken?
This picture. Oh, now you're gonna make me go to the article.
No, I'm gonna make you look at it, what it is because
we weren't even supposed to talk about Kevin Smith, and you try.
I know because he's a piece of shit.
Why?
He's just an asshole.
Why?
Because I said so.
Just because?
No, because he. So I listen to all kinds.
What's funny?
Hold
on. Let me say something because I'm going to reference. We were going to talk about we put out a post that says, what do you want us to talk about? And Jimmy Barnes,
We're going to get there.
who's one of our coaches, we're going to get to those. But one of the things he said was, I want some of you guys argue about that you disagree on so you can argue on air.
All right, there
and
we go.
We looked at each other.
Here
We don't disagree on anything. And here we are.
So here we are.
I never thought, why? Okay, the title of this is Kevin Smith shows off his weight loss. And he's quoted as saying, I'm ecstatic to have reached this chunky milestone.
So I'm not going to disagree that he's lost
August
a ton
of
of weight.
2018.
Okay.
That's not a big dude.
Hold on. He is not now. Think to when
Jay and Silent Bob.
Jay and Silent Bob, anything that he's recorded on TV was recorded at least 12 months ago.
Yeah, the comic books show, whatever. Comic
right,
Men.
his comic heroes or comic men or whatever that show is. I said fuck again. 2 times.
I thought that was 3. That's 3.
I'm up to 4.
Oh, jeez.
Because I said
You need
fuck
Jesus.
again. Hold on. 5. So I listen to other podcasts, and he's a producer. He's a director. He's a producer. He's an actor.
He's funny.
I don't disagree with you.
Okay. That's
Donut.
good.
I do not
Donut?
disagree with you.
You're fat shaming this whole episode.
Yeah, I am. I'm going to call this episode fat shaming. So he was supposed to do something with Adam Carolla. Now, I listen to almost every single...
Adam Carolla's a piece of crap.
No, he's not. He is.
Yes, he is. Hold on. The dude is a liberal who stands up for women's rights now, right? Who was on the Man Show, who had girls in bikinis jumping on trampolines.
He does not
That's
stand...
hypocritical.
Hold on. He does not stand up for women's rights.
Yes, he does.
He stands up...
There's a whole article about it.
He stands up for everything. For everything.
No, he doesn't. He's a lefty. He hates everybody that's not...
No. He does not identify as a lefty. I listen to him almost daily because he has a daily podcast.
You listen to him daily?
He has a daily podcast. It comes out 5 times a week.
Weekly.
Well, I didn't listen to our last episode because I had listened to it 6 or 7 times.
I did listen back to the one of your sister that hasn't been released.
My sister listened to that one.
That was, dude, I was in tears again.
She was rolling. She's like, "Oh my god, I listened to that episode." You guys are going to hear it next week or the week
last week.
Last week. Sorry, last week. But she was like, "I'm fucking rolling."
Quit saying it. I want my grandma to be able to listen to one episode of me.
We will. We'll get to that.
Watch, I'll slip up and say something episode.
I'm trying. But so back to Carolla.
She said the F word a lot. When I listened back, I was like,
hold on. Think about where we come from. Think about what she does.
You.
Yeah.
It seriously was like looking at you in female version.
With long hair, long blonde hair, and she's just like, blah, 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 fuck. Blah, 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 blah.
I mean, you're a good-looking dude, but she's way more talented.
You can kiss my ass.
Smarter.
She is mouthy.
She is.
She is absolutely mouthy. Back to Carolla. So Carolla does a 5-episode a week show. He starts on Sunday. His last recording is on Thursday. They're off on Friday and Saturday. So, but he and I'm going to, honestly, we think the same. You're empty?
Don't worry.
I'm empty too.
I have the water.
You have 128
I walked
fluid ounces.
And Martelle's like, "What's up?" I'm covered in mud from the foraging event. Cars were getting stuck. Trucks were getting stuck.
I will post a picture of this mug.
You have to. I said, I need a lot of water. My throat's killing me, and I'm not going to make
It's 128 ounces.
There it goes.
Fluid ounces.
Because it's hard to pick up. It's so heavy.
It says on the mug, it says, "I bet you can't."
Have you filled this with beer and downed it?
No, because I can't. There is no way of chugging 128 ounces of beer.
Full of hemp beer? Ugh. There are videos of guys chugging pitchers online. Like,
I know.
20
chugging
seconds.
bottles, 750 milliliter bottles.
I can't
do it.
Beer's not that good. I don't care who you are.
It is.
There's hairs floating here, and I think
they're yours. They have to be yours. Anyway, Carolla has a logical brain. I have a logical brain.
Debatable.
No, it's not debatable. I don't sit on one side or the other, neither does he. He is right down the middle on everything that he thinks about. If it is, whatever, building a wall versus not building a wall, it's like, okay, here's the benefits of building a wall, here's the benefits of not building a wall. If it's women's rights, it's like, no, everybody should have, it's not even women's rights, it's like everybody should have the same basic rights as everybody else on the planet, as the white man has on the planet.
Well, then why was that? And again, I read
because it's blown out of proportion based on maybe one thing he said. Because he has also been caught saying that male comedians are funnier than female comedians, which is not what he said.
But that's a fact.
That's not a fact.
Name the funniest female comedian.
I don't watch comedians, but it's not a fact.
You can't base an opinion then.
So
no, it's not a fact.
Actually, let me think. So there was, I think her name was Felicia. I can't think of her last name.
Bye, Felicia.
Bye, Felicia. Her name was Felicia.
There are some funny
She is
female comedians.
fucking hilarious.
Well, who's the funniest comedian? If you had to name the
number
funniest
7,
comedian.
number 8.
Who's the funniest comedian ever?
Honestly, I couldn't tell you. Lewis Black.
Man. I would say...
He is a man. You're right.
Or if I had to name the top
comedians 10, are a male-dominated...
Oh, I agree. That's fair.
It's male-dominated. I mean,
there are some funny females.
Jeff Dunham's hilarious.
Yeah, he's funny.
How many female ventriloquists do you know? Name me one.
I can't.
You can't.
I don't go to community fairs.
But Felicia...
You go to the trackable stuff I don't. You name me a female ventriloquist.
Gabriel Iglesias.
Dude, he's one of my favorites.
He's hilarious. Ralphie May was good.
Jam.
And unfortunately, he passed away from a heart attack from being
Dave
overweight. Chappelle's good.
Hilarious.
He lives here in Ohio, down in Springfield.
Yeah, he's
not
probably my
Springfield.
all-time favorite. It's over there
Yellow
somewhere.
Springs.
Yeah.
It's Yellow Springs. He has
funny.
a farm down in Yellow Springs. There's another... I can't think of his name. There's another comedian that has a farm down in southern Ohio as well. I think it's like Drew or something like that.
Drew Carey.
No, it's not Drew Carey. Fuck that guy. He's from Cleveland. I hate Cleveland.
Okay, that's fine, but he's a nice guy.
That's fine. He's fine. But
He
he's
also has a house in Grove City.
So hold on. We're going to jump on another topic. Everybody that comes from Cleveland says that Cleveland's the blessed and best city in Ohio.
Yeah, everybody from Cleveland says that. Nobody else anywhere.
Nobody else. Cleveland is a dirty shithole. You heard me.
Cleveland. I went to a very nice wedding there, and we had a very nice reception at a very nice building on a very nice river. Outside of that building and outside of that wedding, nothing looked appealing to me.
The flats are fucking horrible.
I've never been there.
I've been there. I've been there before they redid it. I haven't been there after they renovated.
Yeah.
The flats was a shithole back
like
in
Detroit, man.
The early 2000s. Cleveland sucks. Cleveland doesn't rock. Eat my ass with a spoon and some jelly. Cleveland sucks. Changed my mind.
Ooh, forget jelly. I had chutney today. You ever had chutney?
No, I haven't had chutney.
Yeah, so I was out at Curry's Antiques.
Right. Doing your forging thing with your Facebook Lives.
Chieftain Forge. With as I said it on Facebook by accident.
Oh, you did that off your personal account, your Facebook Live.
I did it off both. I did earlier off of my Chieftain Forge, and I did it on Instagram on Chieftain Forge twice.
Right.
They had hearth-cooked ham, some kind of potatoes from
they just throw a slab of ham down on a hearth?
I don't care. They had that, some kind of potatoes
Sounds
from
dirty.
1800s, rolls, all like made from scratch.
I like rolls. Not belly rolls, like bread rolls.
Some kind of cider. That's a traditional recipe from like 1800.
Okay. Was it George Washington's?
I don't know. It wasn't. I wish.
It was Martha's.
And then they had chutney. And they're like, don't forget to get chutney. And I was like.
The fuck is chutney?
You said it.
Oh, mark that down.
I think we've missed a couple even.
No. I'm keeping track. We're at 9.
You need to.
It's a drinking game at this point. How many times can Martelle say fuck?
10. Buckhorn drinking game. Dude, by now our listeners are dying.
God,
they do so many shots.
They're like,
they never make it to the 20th
either this
minute.
show sucks or I'm dead.
Both. So, yeah, they said chutney. Apparently chutney is it's like a different kind of jam. It's a little, they said it was tart and thicker than jam, but they had.
So is it like marmalade? Marmalade's tart.
Yeah, that's kind of, but it wasn't from
thick.
tart. That's the thing. They said that, but when I tried it, they had peach and they had crayon apple. So I got a little of each. And then
why didn't you bring some?
Honestly, I got the last of it. Like they went through, they gave it out for free. So every visitor came through, got a meal. Everybody working, so there wasn't much. I didn't eat until like 1:30 or 2.
Okay.
Yeah, chutney. Look it up. It is. I don't know the recipe, but I tried a little with the ham. Dude, amazing! It was that savory saltiness of the ham, the savory salty meat. And
you like all the meats in your mouth anyway.
All the meats, dude. I will eat all the meats. And then the chutney, it was like a jam or a jelly, but it was a different consistency.
Do you put it with the ham?
Yeah, it's kind of like when you have ham with pineapple.
I only do that on pizza.
Whatever, it's still the same concept. But if you've ever had pineapple with ham, it's the same concept, but the chutney was better.
Actually, I take it back because I do it with El Pastor tacos, but it's not ham; it's just pork. So pork is ham is pork. So I'm
same thing.
Correct myself.
And then then I put a little bit of on the fresh, made from scratch, wood fire cooked, whatever baked rolls.
Yeah,
dude, I wish they had more. It was some of the best stuff I've had. I don't know how we got on this topic. We've done shit to gears 20 times. But
that's what we do here. We're the Seinfeld of podcasts.
So it was absolutely amazing. Kevin Smith isn't fat. There are more male comedians than female. I will say that there are some females that are hilarious.
Yeah.
And I could see being in my top 10, but most of the ones that are getting movie stuff aren't that funny as comedians.
No, some of them are kind of like, I hate hearing about
What's that one lady everybody talks about?
Males are the worst people on the planet. And now there's a whole movement to remove the word man from words. Kiss my ass. Like from the word human.
Craftsman, like the tool.
Craftsman.
Craftsman.
Manchester.
Tools. Manchester, they
want to change like Manchester, New England, wherever that's at. Like we'll just say Massachusetts, Manchester, Massachusetts. They don't want it to be Manchester. They want to change the name to Peoplechester or Personchester.
Personchester.
That is, and I don't use this word. Retarded.
That's a bad word to use.
I don't give a shit. That is stupid. It is so.
What? Here's the thing. They change it to Peoplechester, and then 20 years from now they go, wait, Chester's a man's name.
So it's a feminist group out of MIT.
No.
It's a feminist group out of Harvard, I think, that wants to change. They want to remove the word man, woman, human.
So they don't want to even be called woman?
They want to be called a person.
Woe people?
Woe people. Woe person. This is the dance of the tards. I mean, this is people that drink Mountain Dew and do dumb shit, and this is stupid.
You described half our listeners, I think.
Sorry, guys. I love y'all. Sort of. Anyway, let's.
And if you're the one person listening from the UK and you're from Manchester,
oh no, we got to download from Japan.
I saw that.
Yes,
I looked at the biometrics for the first time ever, and I was like,
looking at the stats.
Who listened to us from Japan? And so it's Japan, Ireland, England. There was like
Japan, Ireland, and England. That's it.
There was more. There's one more, I think.
I don't think there is.
Oh, maybe not. But Japan.
I think it's just those 4 international markets: Japan, Ireland, England. 4 international markets.
So I'd like to say to our American friends, hello, thank you for listening. To our British friends, hello,
hello.
I have a terrible accent,
and from
my British gets mixed with Australian and white trash.
That's fine. And our
to Ireland,
Ireland.
You're Irish. You got to do the Irish. I can't do it. I don't. What do Irish people sound like?
Hi.
Oh, okay.
All right. And then for our Japan.
Konnichiwa.
Konnichiwa. Domo arigato.
Mr. Roboto Domo.
I have a fuzzy mustache.
Domo.
I think that's thank you.
Domo.
I don't know. But anyway, so I put out a couple weeks ago some topics you would like to hear us ramble on.
Diesel.
Go lay down.
Go lay down, buddy.
Our studio dog is whining because he wants out of the room.
And we don't let our pets out of the room. You know what I learned today? I learned this from Scott. If you abuse an animal, you can face 6 months of jail time.
Yeah.
If you get caught drunk driving, no jail time.
Not for the first offense.
You could kill a person drunk driving.
Right. No, at that point you get homicidal automotive manslaughter.
No, but I'm saying you could. So you could, but there's a high probability, right?
If you did, then you would get manslaughter.
You would. But drinking and driving, which could take a life,
you get party plates, dude. They're yellow and green. They're yellow and red.
Not off the first offense. If you abuse an animal, and the definition of abuse is so loose that if you, I don't know, kind of like tapped your dog, but you are mad, I could say you were abusive because I'm a pet lover, which I'm not, but you know what I'm talking about, the kind of people that dress their pets.
Right. Fur like baby owners.
Yeah. If you swatted their dog just to shoo them away, but not hard, if they consider that abuse, they could take you to court, and you could be facing up to 6 months of jail. That's insane to me.
That's ridiculous.
Anyway, so what are our topics?
So we were talking, I put out a couple weeks ago some topics that you wanted to hear Randy and I ramble on about. Are you okay over there?
Dude, I tried to push the mic far away. I'm so stuffed up. I'm like sniffing and snortling and...
Snortling.
I don't even know what that means, but that's what I'm doing.
So we had some people actually respond on Facebook.
Some people.
Dude,
I really feel like I got my sexy voice right. I'm about to sing Smelly Cat. You ready?
No.
Okay,
don't.
Let's go.
So our
Smelly
first
cat. Oh, Smelly Cat.
I'm glad I'm the producer and I can just
yeah, but you're talking through this too.
I know, I can just edit over it. I'll just edit over it. It's like click.
Beep. Oh, that's not nice.
So our first topic was from was it Greg?
Oh yeah, Greg Willett,
yeah. Gurgles, that's it. Corvettes.
McWillerland.
So it was about
Irish.
Let's talk about Corvettes. So
talk about, so Corvettes are getting changed again.
they're fucking ugly.
They're getting
They're ugly. They're absolutely.
Well, he wanted to talk about how they're moving to a mid-engine.
Well,
like
I know.
Ferrari, Lamborghini,
I know.
Or a Fiero.
Let's that's Sean's.
Corvette is going the Fiero route.
Corvettes, they're honest to God, they're going back.
To compete with supercars.
They're going back to what the Fiero was. A Fiero was a mid-engine, tiny sports car. The Fiero is a long
Corvette.
The Corvette. What did I say?
You said Fiero. Fiero's not long.
Fiero's not long.
Like 3 feet long.
Corvette is a longer.
Our buddy Buck wears a Fiero. He doesn't drive it. He wears it.
He just climbs into it, puts it on like a pair of pants.
He rolls
one
into
leg
it.
at a
It sits
time,
too low.
And
he straddles the center
it.
console where the gear shift is like a paddle boat.
Like he's
runs
jerking
all
off
the pedals with his left foot.
Well,
which is impressive.
So, but Corvettes, they use like the Stingray. Go back to the 70s. Look at the Stingray. Awesome. My brother.
Stingray was amazing.
My brother in quotes, Mike, has a Stingray. It is gorgeous. It's
They're
red.
Nice cars.
It's nice. He takes care of it. He maintains it. He drives it. The new Corvettes, the Z71s and the Z06s and the whatever, the IROCs. Ha ha ha. That's a Camaro.
Yeah. I'm glad you caught that because every time you or I make a mistake,
someone calls you out on it.
Me, not you, not the page. Hey, tell Martelle you messed this up. I'm like, no, look, guys.
I don't give a shit.
We are having conversation, and just like in any conversation, sometimes you say something you're not meaning to say.
Right. Oh, and by the way, I don't care if I say something wrong.
I know you don't. That's why I don't ever. Do you think I don't text you?
No, I know.
You don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care.
So, and if you do care that much, send me a message on Facebook through the Buckhorn Podcast Facebook page.
And like, share, and subscribe.
Right. So, Corvettes are literally at this point taking their cue from Ferrari. You cannot tell the difference when you are driving towards a Ferrari at night, whether it's a Ferrari or a Corvette. The only major difference is their daytime running light, like they have the LEDs. GM has turned it upside down.
Yeah.
That's it.
There's one more major difference.
They're a piece of shit.
One's a supercar.
And one's a piece of shit.
And one's a Chevy.
That's what I said, piece of shit.
Right.
So, anyway, Corvettes suck. We don't give a shit. Anyway.
Corvette can't even beat a Dodge Viper.
It can't. Not only can it not beat it, it can't be it.
Right. Which is funny because Dodge, LOL, lol. The Corvette, all these the big races, the enduro races, and all this, Supras have outperformed Corvettes. I think I could be
1998 Supras would outperform a 2018 Corvette.
I don't know about that. Not stock for stock.
You don't think so? Not stock for stock.
No,
modify the hell out of both of them. A 1998 Supra with a wing, the twin turbo V6, will outrun that piece of shit supercharged V8.
I can't say that it will because here's the thing: when you get the modifications, you're talking apples and oranges. I used to know of a Toyota Tercel that was stripped down to full on drag car, still had the body and glass, but it ran a 9-second quarter mile. That doesn't mean
that's heavy modification. I'm talking about modification, mod for mod, cold air intake, software, whatever you need.
I don't know. Here's the thing, though: you got to
turbo and supercharger upgrades.
We're disagreeing a lot more than I thought we'd be.
We are supercharger upgrade, turbocharger upgrade.
It. Now let me talk.
No, a 98 V straight 6 Supra is going to outrun.
2JZ.
Basically, yeah.
That's what. Well, that's what.
I can't think of any Jay-Z songs, but I'm dancing in my seat. A 2JZ is going to outperform an LS6, a supercharged LS6.
I can't fully agree with you because I don't. I would have to see that. Here's why.
We'll Google the hell out of that after the show.
Here's why. Now I get to talk. Shut up. Here's why. You're so angry. These last few years, we have production vehicles coming out.
Jimmy, you're getting your wish right now.
Back in 1998. And this is when you and I kind of met, around that era, late 90s, early 2000s.
It would have been closer to 2000s, yeah.
Yeah, you're right, because late 90s.
Because I didn't move here until 99.
And CR wasn't until 2001.
And I didn't buy my GTI until like 2001.
But in the early 2000s, when everybody's running these Supras, the RX-7s, and all this, do you remember how awesome it was when somebody broke 300, 350 horsepower? The Corvettes, the Camaros, the Supras, the RX-7s, any of those vehicles broke 300 horsepower. It was a big deal. When they broke 12s was a pretty fast car. If they hit 11s, nobody could touch them on the street. Let me finish. So, and then I'll let you rebuttal. But let me finish.
All right.
Nowadays, we have production cars coming out with over 800 horsepower.
You're right.
We have production cars coming out that weigh the same with double the power, with way better aerodynamics, way better suspension and handling, that are still coming out with 6 speeds, not as many, but like the Camaro, the 1LE Camaro, these Corvettes, the Mustang GT350 stock can do what a modified 98 Supra can do.
Right. But so think about the owner of Cheryl's Cookies, Cheryl, her son.
Okay, I don't know him. So
He's a douchebag. It doesn't matter. He bought a 1,200 horsepower, and I say bought because he couldn't build a car to save his fucking life.
Can he build a cookie? That's all I care about.
No, he can't build a cookie either. He's a spoiled piece of shit. He bought a 1,200 horsepower Supra out of Texas. That was a 98 or 99. Well,
Whatever,
it had to have been a 98
yeah,
Supra.
That was last year.
Which is a straight 6. With the big old wing. He bought that, had it moved up here. That's 1,200 horsepower.
Okay.
That's more than what any production vehicle, and you're not going to get more than that out of a Demon, out of some Dodge Charger Demon or a Challenger Demon, because they're already pushing the limits on that production vehicle.
Not true. They've already been modified. But let me rebuttal.
They've been modified, and the only way to get that is to start reinforcing the bottom end, start doing all this other stuff. People hate what we're talking about right now.
No, not all people.
Not all
a lot
people.
of listeners are car guys. Let me say this piece, and I'll let you say whatever. We'll move on. You're right. You can buy a 1,200 horsepower built Supra.
Yeah.
With the same amount of money, effort, and energy, you can build a 1,200 horsepower Corvette or Camaro or Chevette.
It is
or
easier.
Fiero.
It is easier to modify a domestic vehicle than it is to modify a foreign production vehicle.
Disagree. Let me finish this point though. You're shifting gears there.
I know.
So with this one, you buy a $1,200 98 Supra, ship it up from Texas, rust free. This it's a race car.
It's a race car.
1,200 horses. It's a drag car. You're not doing autocross with 1,200 horses.
Oh, no.
It's stupid.
That is a highway car because that's all they do down there in
that
Texas.
power to the ground versus putting 800 horsepower to the ground of a new technology with better handling, better
Two different
aerodynamics.
things.
I'm saying, I bet you that an 800 or 900 horsepower Corvette, as much as I hate them, would hang with a 98 Supra that pushes 1,200.
I don't think it would.
And here's
not
the
on the
big
highway.
issue.
Maybe
Here's
on
the
the
big-
quarter mile, but not on the highway. Those
the big
cars are
thing.
built for the highway out of Texas.
Yeah, the Corvettes and the Camaros today run over 200 mile an hour on the street. I know somebody that owns a Camaro 1LE and has driven it on a freeway in Mexico because it's illegal in Ohio, pushing 170, and he said he could steer with one finger. You
I've
can't
done the
do that
same
in a 98
thing.
Supra. Not a 98 Supra.
No. I'll
You
do
go
it.
170 in a 98 Supra, you are gripping both hands on the wheel.
Nope. This
Yes,
was
you are.
no. I'm not arguing that. Yes,
Oh, okay.
you are. I have been at 170
I've been up to 156.
with the
That's
guy
fast
who
enough.
created Columbus Racing
Oh,
in
yeah.
his old Firebird.
He still
I
got
was
that.
scared shitless.
Yeah,
out.
because it's a death trap.
I mean, we were
talking
at
about the
170. I'm like, dude,
Transmero
you need to slow down. And he's like, oh no, we got more to go. I'm like,
Yeah.
I will jump out.
Yeah, he's.
I will take my life to
he's
get out of
nuts.
this
That
car.
car's so fast now, and he lost weight, so it's fast.
Oh no, I know. But so I've been at 170 in an old.
Yeah, that's a 98 actually.
Right.
I'm pretty sure
So,
his
98
Transmero Bird's a 98.
Anyway, we're moving on because
Corvettes suck.
I hate the term disagree. Agree to disagree.
We're going to disagree to disagree.
But we're going to disagree at this point.
Which means we agree. All right.
Sure, double
What's
negative. The next, so
From Sir Jimmy
So-
Jameson Barnes.
James Barnes, one of our listeners, my coach,
I think his full
at
name's actually Jamulson.
Jamulson.
Yeah, Jamulson Barnes.
Middle
name is Penelope.
I think his full
Aloysius.
name is Jimmy, and Barnes is made up because he
It's
just
just
needed,
Jimmy.
It's just
like
Jimmy.
Cher.
Yeah, it's like me with Martelle. Well, you're Randy Nelson, so
Yeah, my name's I'm Two Mugs.
you're Two Mugs.
I
Will you
deleted
try?
that Two Mugs from my Facebook name because I was like, oh, the nickname thing's silly. It was a joke that I put it on, and I just never changed it for like 3 or 4 years.
So when I reference you, people are like, "Oh, you mean Two Mugs?"
I had 3 people
You
message
cannot
me.
assign yourself a middle name, and you did it.
No, I didn't. That name was given to me. You cannot give yourself a nickname.
No, you can't give yourself a nickname.
I didn't give myself that
I
nickname.
said middle name, but you can't give yourself a nickname.
I didn't give myself that nickname. Creek Stewart did while we were in the desert filming Fat Guys in the Woods.
Well, there you go. And
And
it's stuck. Now you're
It's
Two Mugs.
stuck, and everybody asked that story, and I have not shared it yet. Maybe I'll save that for an episode.
We need to do that after the first of the year because we had a couple other episodes coming up. But Jimmy had a couple questions for us when I posted this post back about 3-4 weeks ago. So his first question are humans better at creation or destruction? What say you?
Okay, I'm gonna.
I can hit both sides of this, so
I think I can too. I would say we're obviously now. It depends. Are we talking environmentally?
it's overall generic.
So
question.
we need to break it down because if I'm constructing Legos, I can build really cool things.
Right.
But I can also take and throw it against the wall and destroy it just as easily. Probably easier.
Easier. It'll take you. You'll be destructing it faster.
I can chop down a forest and build some houses and businesses.
And the forest will never go back.
I can bulldoze houses and businesses and grow back a forest.
But the timeline between the two are going to be exponentially longer.
But the question wasn't, does it take longer to do one of those? It says, are we better at?
Better at.
So I don't know if we're better at either. I think we were equally as good. It's just that some humans don't care about the construction part. They care about the preservation. And the other side doesn't care about the preservation. They care about quote-unquote progress.
So if we were to dig down in this even further on the creation or building, in the U.S. we have laws about how our buildings need to be structured. Like, we have building codes.
Right.
You go down to Mexico, they don't have building codes.
Right.
But they build 4, 5, 6, 7, 10-story buildings with 0 building codes. And when our earthquake hits, their 10-story buildings fall down. Ours are just like a shake in the wind.
Right.
So is that better at creation?
No, that I don't think that has to do with whether we're better at creation or destruction. That has to do with whether or not we hold ourselves to a certain standard of how we create things.
We hold ourselves to a huge standard of how we build here in the U.S.
Right.
Because it took me forever to get through some of the building standards building my house. And I'm in Ohio. We don't have floods, tornadoes, or earthquakes.
We have tornadoes.
Not in here.
Not here outside of Lancaster.
And we don't have wildfires.
Nope. It rains too much.
It rains too much.
It's cold outside right now.
It's disgusting, and I hate it.
It's awesome.
You're weird.
Mud bogging. Waller in it.
Mud bogging's different than walking around.
When I leave here and roll around in your yard.
And then go home, because you're not coming back at my house.
And then I'm going to hug Diesel and send him inside.
Nah, he won't come out and see you. He'd be like, I don't like dirt either.
He's bougie.
And he is super bougie. I mean, he's sleeping on 2 couch cushions right now.
You built him a bed.
Yeah. Anyway, so are humans better at creating?
I still say equal.
I don't know. We're pretty good at destroying things with the nuclear weapons and those things.
You're right. How good are we at creating nuclear weapons? Nuclear. We're
really good at creating them.
That's what I'm saying. We have.
But in the time it took us, so this is
again. You're talking time span. That wasn't the question.
I know. Factor in the time though. How long did it take to create something versus how long did it take to destroy something?
In the grand scheme of things, okay. If you're wanting to say how long, are we quicker at creating or destroying? First, it depends on what we're creating. Because you could really say it takes a long time to create a nuke and very little time to use it to destroy something.
Right.
I could simply say it takes I could see here with that same scenario. So we'll say Nagasaki. Took a long time, technology, building the bomb, flying it over there, dropping it, and boom, instantly destroyed.
Right.
I could say that we quickly created chaos. We quickly created devastation. So it really, we're talking schematics here.
At the same time, the destruction was phenomenal.
Yeah.
I mean, it was absolutely off the charts. Yeah, I mean, you look you see people running around that are.
So I would say we quickly created the end of a war.
All right.
See, that's what I'm saying. So when you say is a human better at creation or devastation, you have to tell me what you want. So Jimmy, I know you're going to listen to this because we're going to tell you that we talked about all your crap. If you're asking me, are humans better at creating or destroying something? I need to know what you're talking about. Are we creating or destroying?
Creating life or destroying life? Basically. Creating buildings, destroying buildings. Right. Creating cities and empires or just taking them down.
Right. Is it easier to create a mob organization or to destroy it?
I don't know.
Are we better
I would say it would
easier.
It's easier to create the mob.
Are we better at baking laws or breaking laws? Are we better
baking bread or eating bread?
Ooh, I'm definitely better at eating bread.
I mean,
I can't bake for crap, but I can slam.
I can cook and I can
I've been avoiding bread. So.
I can cook and eat. So
I had one piece today and it was amazing.
I'm a double threat. All right, next question. We're moving on. What sport would be funniest to add alcohol to?
All of them.
Now, I said the same thing, but pick one specific sport that would be funny to add alcohol to.
One non-sport that would be funny to add alcohol to that would make me watch is cheerleading. But
Jinx.
or one non-sport that would be fun would be racing. NASCAR
Oh,
with
that'd
moonshine.
be so dangerous.
Oh, dude, 200-something mile an hour crashes every time, but I'd watch.
Spectators would be dead. Just like
Not me. I'd spectate from home like
well, no,
a smart individual.
you'd be watching from TV.
So
think let's hit.
Are we talking the major sports? Baseball, football, soccer.
Let's nail it down to baseball, hockey, curling, and soccer.
Yes, curling and hockey because ice. Walking,
Slip and falls.
Now, okay, how much are we talking? He said that a set amount. So is it like 2 beers or?
No, he didn't say a set amount. He just said add alcohol to make it.
No,
funny.
on the post it did say because I remember you're pulling up the fact.
I'm gonna try to. If
there was something, but anyway, so say because if we're talking football, you've got offensive linemen and you've got running backs and skill positions that are very different body sizes. So if they're all used to doing this for a living, I would say that football would the amount of alcohol, if it's a set amount for everybody, it would affect people differently.
Right.
So assuming they all drink the same amount every time.
But everybody has a different tolerance.
Exactly. But again, I'm saying everybody always drinks the same amount, so their tolerance should be similar, not based.
No, because
they're used to drinking the same amount, but it affects them differently because their body size, because their diet,
right? Because
like that.
My buddy Mo, he drinks an 8% beer, and he's on the floor. I drink a 17.5%, and I'm still walking around
regularly.
So does he.
Oh, that's weird.
We just have different. Our body just processes it differently. So he drinks an 8% beer.
I think football wouldn't be as funny because there would be no progress made down the field.
No, football wouldn't be good. Wouldn't be a good sport.
Nothing but drop passes, a lot of penalties.
Hockey
would, like I said, hockey or curling, anything on ice, because walking drunk could be hard. Walking on ice drunk is impossible.
I got it. Competitive diving.
That's just falling.
I know, but
without style, and then people drowning and dying.
Can you think about what would happen if someone...
it'd be like belly smacks, head hitting the diving board, people dying.
This ain't Greg Louganis. I'm not talking about doing backflips and smacking your head or front flips, smacking your head. They wouldn't even be able to perform those actions.
Greg Louganis a diver?
Yeah. He was the first diver in the Olympics that smacked his head into the pool, and then we found out that he had AIDS at the same time.
He smacked his head and came out, and they were like, "You got AIDS."
He got AIDS in the pool.
There it goes.
He's dying, folks.
Can't make me. I've been trying so hard not to laugh.
He is so dying.
Oh man.
No, I don't think Jimmy gave a specific on the. I'm looking here. I can't find it.
It's right under. No, go up to all comments.
I know. I hit all comments, and it's all comments, most oldest, or all comments, most relevant. So I'm trying to find Jimmy's.
Right there. Go down. View two more.
Man, there it is. I hate the internet. There we go. So Jimmy. Pros and cons of colonizing other planets. Don't care about that. It just says what.
Daggone it! You went to his profile.
I know.
New baby, and I don't care right now.
I care about this.
Congratulations,
post.
Jimmy.
I think hockey. I'm going to go with hockey.
You're so bad at Facebook.
I know. That's why I don't post that much. Hockey, because one, you're skating on knives, so there's always a threat of fingers being chopped off or a skate to the face.
So here's where we really got to talk the amount of alcohol, because now at their level it's not. Skating is hard for somebody that's never been on ice or doesn't spend a lot of time on ice.
But these guys spend all their lives on ice.
So how much is it enough that they're tipsy, or is it that they're tanked? Because if they're tanked, they're not even moving.
Buzz driving is drunk driving.
So are we talking buzzed sports or drunk sports, like hammered?
He just said add alcohol too. So
okay, so we could set the amount then.
We could honestly at this point set the amount
right there.
Jimmy, hold on. Previous. Oh, view more. Isn't this great, folks? We're just sitting here talking about what we're doing.
Yeah.
It just says what sport would be the funniest to add a mandatory.
So you have to drink this much.
So let's just say a bottle of wine.
A bottle. I don't know what that is because I don't drink wine.
Okay, let's say a 12-pack of Miller Lite.
I don't drink beer.
You don't drink.
I know. I used to drink a lot heavier. I would give me
it's diet
shots.
Alcohol.
Give me alcohol then. Give me quantity.
I did 12.
Give me whiskey, bourbon, moonshine.
Okay, so let's just say
6 shots of whiskey, or
No, because you shouldn't shoot whiskey because that would be blasphemy. 6 shots of tequila.
Okay, so everybody's on 6 shots, and they do it, let's say, half hour before the game, so it gets time to get in them, right? And to process.
Yep.
I would say that, I would say hockey then, because at that, I think that most hockey players. Now, here's the thing too: a lot of professional athletes. I shouldn't say a lot. That's probably dumb. The ones that really care about their body because they understand it's their moneymaker probably don't drink alcohol a lot. I do know, though, that there are some athletes that obviously get hammered and smoke pot and do all kinds of things.
Get trashed.
Yeah, so I'm going to say, let's say it's enough to get them a good buzz, but they can still function.
Yeah.
I would say hockey.
So 6 shots of tequila, you can still function. You can put it. You can strap your skates on, lace them up.
Yeah.
Get on your knife blades.
Does tequila make their clothes fall off?
It could. I mean, their shirt's going to be pulled over their head. Does that count? Because they're fighting.
Dude, the fights would be epic. Ice fights while buzzed. Yeah, I say hockey, Jimmy. That's my answer. I'm going with hockey.
Hockey.
Hands down.
All right, so
just because the ice, dude, anything else? I mean, anything else while buzz could be a good. Now, baseball might be because a buzz pitcher may hit a lot of people,
but a buzz batter wouldn't be able to hit the ball, so it'd be strikeouts every time.
No, I'm saying they can't throw a strike. They'd be hitting people in the head and stuff. That'd be the funny part.
Right, but the guy's going to swing at the ball damn near every time.
Oh, okay. So you're saying strikeout because it doesn't matter. I just want to see somebody get hit with a baseball.
I mean, they're going to get hit with the ball.
It's like the shooting the tennis ball cannon at cheerleaders.
Right, but they're going to get hit with the ball on occasion, maybe 2 out of 3, right. But the buzz batter is going to swing and a miss.
Basketball, I don't think would be that funny.
Basketball sucks anyway.
Yeah, I don't even watch it now.
Basketball's a horrible fucking sport.
I like playing it.
I like shooting and playing horse. But basketball as a whole, horse.
You play against whores?
Yeah, I play against
you
whores.
And me, baby, 1-on-1.
I go down to the brothel and pick them up. We come back to my place and we play some basketball.
Yeah, I say hockey. Hockey's my answer.
Hockey. So I'm going with hockey. Hockey would be the best one out of all of them. Curling, close second.
Curling would be fun.
But they drink during curling anyway, and there's no physical activity in curling other than sweeping the floor.
Yeah, staying on your feet.
And that's why it sucks.
It doesn't suck. It's a better sport than cheerleading.
Jimmy's next question, because Jimmy's really the only one other than Gurgles that put a question in, and GW's question doesn't count.
Yeah, we don't even really like
We don't care. What is something that everybody looks stupid doing?
I just realized you moved the pancake syrup box of CDs over by my chair.
I did, and they're full of CDs.
Okay, what was your question? Because I got distracted by Usher.
What is something that everybody looks...
Casey and JoJo.
Casey and JoJo is amazing.
Dude, we would have been best friends in high school.
You need to go through that box some more.
Oh, my life. I pray for someone like you. All right, what's the question? I'm getting distracted.
What is something that everybody looks stupid doing? And I answered this question already on Facebook.
Playing hockey drunk.
You wouldn't. That would be amazing. You don't look stupid doing that. You look amazing.
Everybody looks stupid doing that. You cannot do
your opinion. So it's going to be your opinion and my opinion. This isn't a debatable fact.
Putting clothes on their dogs or cats.
Someone doing that though, are they going to look stupid doing that? The dog looks dumb, but is the person going to look stupid?
You know who looks dumb is the people that push them around in those pet strollers.
The people pushing pet strollers?
Yeah, they look stupid.
Which is funny because I just went ahead and responded to Jimmy on this one and said people that baby talk their dogs.
Yeah, or any animal.
Because they get down and you think Ace Ventura, like, oochie boochie, oochie boochie boochie.
Yeah, where he was even mocking it.
Yeah, he's getting to the point where he's mocking it.
I'm trying to think if there's anybody else. I mean, there's a lot of people that look stupid. I love people watching.
I'm going to stick with, Instagram models. They're always doing the selfies and shit. And like,
Oh, you're talking about just...
they look stupid doing it.
How many do you see doing that? Is that something you see on a regular basis?
Go downtown and you'll see a bunch of people.
Anybody? Well, those are Instagram models.
No. Even better than that. I've been to the DMV. Yeah, I go to the DMV like everybody else.
Like every Thursday to hang out. He does 6 shots of tequila and goes to the BMV and just people watches for a few hours.
I have seen people that will literally take, not the DMV, but in restaurants where they'll take 6 or 7 selfies of themselves.
Kristen Morrison.
There you go. You just named somebody. I don't know who that is, but they're just
she's on my friend. She'll know. She wanted to get a picture. Church, the Sunday after we stomped Michigan, we all showed up. I happened to grab a polo that was clean, and it was white with
she
gray
grabbed
stripes.
one that was dirty?
And no, I don't. She didn't live with me. Gross. I'd never let her in my house. She's
I'm just saying you saw her out wherever we were at.
We all showed up at church. Well, a bunch of people were just happy to be wearing black or white or gray or scarlet, red.
Okay.
Like my buddy Derek, I think he had on like a red and black flannel. It was just stuff like that. So she wanted everybody to get a picture, and there's like 9 or 10 of us. And one of us
Did she duck lip?
No. It was a group thing. She was having somebody else take the picture, and she would do the OHIO.
Okay.
Well, somebody kept messing up, so it was like I was the first O, probably because I'm around.
And someone else couldn't figure out how to do an O?
Yeah, I guess the
guy
that was,
just like the H,
guy,
except it's closed,
the guy that was
or it's
doing
like the I.
Supposed to be the H was doing an I, so it was like saying Oyo.
Oyo?
Or she was like, somebody
That's the state I live in.
Or we have to take another picture because of this, or we had... No. I was like, I'm done. This is it. I don't care if my eyes are closed. I don't care if my pants fall down. I don't care if I have a nipple showing.
Ooh, Janet Jackson.
Right.
Super Bowl.
This is it. But anyway... Yeah,
Okay.
that's who it reminded me of when he said taking 9 or 10
So
pictures.
what is your, if someone looks stupid doing this thing?
The pet stroller, man.
Okay.
I hate that. I love kid leashes.
Well, I know you have one.
Yeah, I love them. So many people are like, I said, I always made fun of people that had kid leash until I had kids.
And then you put them on
And
a
I went,
leash.
you know what? I care enough about my son
So
that, and everyone's like, you should pay more attention.
No.
If you don't have kids, you don't get it.
You don't get
Your
it.
kid will run out, get grabbed by a stranger, run out in front of the car, whatever. I would rather see a kid on a leash because I know, hey, at least they ain't getting away.
So one of the guys I work with, one of my developers, he's like, I listened to your episode about fur babies and the whole kid leash thing had me cracking up. So he just announced that he's having a kid. His wife's pregnant. They're going to have a kid. And I'm like, dude, I said, do you know what happens to kids that were on leashes as a kid? They grow up to be emo and they wear collars and their girlfriend's dragging them around on leashes.
That's funny.
He's just like, what? And I'm like, just be prepared for it.
But they're alive.
But they're alive, but they have black
funny.
eyeliner, black hair.
So he doesn't care, but he
goth.
likes the kid leash.
He thought it was funny that you had mentioned it, or GW had mentioned
okay.
the whole kid leash thing, like hating it, and then his wife had to walk around with a kid leash on Huck. He just was like, that was hilarious.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, kids that are on leashes as a baby grow up to get pulled around by their girlfriends and leashes and become emo.
Now, Huck's almost 5. We don't kid leash him anymore.
Well,
we
no,
don't have
but
to.
it's too late. He's already going to be wearing a collar
I don't
at some
care.
point. Hey, if one of my girls did that, I'd love him just the same. I would just judge him for it.
We judge people for everything anyway.
I judge. That's all I do.
judge you for
people.
the fact that you judge people.
I don't give a shit. So
Your language is offensive.
I know, but I've only said the F-bomb 13 times.
That's not bad.
This is a low for this episode.
It's kind of astounding, though, that I go, that's not bad at 13.
I know.
in an
Fuck,
hour.
fuck. There's 15. I just evened it up because I don't like odd numbers like
These
that.
people definitely aren't playing hockey if they're making this a drinking game.
I know. So the last thing I got here is and hopefully you have something to follow up with
Hold on, I need to do a curl and get some water to my
This
face.
thing is ridiculous.
This thing's like 47 pounds of water.
I know, but it's 128 ounces.
My elbow hurts. And that's
You
not
got
a joke.
you got tennis elbow from drinking water.
Right.
Ridiculous.
Tennis is a better sport than cheerleading.
I don't know about that. Tennis is awful to watch. Except unless you're watching women's tennis and they wear the short skirts. Misogynist. Don't care.
Some
So
high quality H2O.
this one goes out to Google.
I bet that water would make a good New York style pizza.
It could.
All right.
Or bagels.
All right. So what's the
So
question?
Google. Fuck you, Google. I'm done with you
it
guys.
down. I keep pointing to-
I'm irritated with Google at this point. So on Black Friday, and actually on the 23rd, which I think
African American Friday?
no, we can't call it that.
Oh.
So before let's see, Black Friday was
23rd.
the 23rd. So on the 22nd or 23rd, I can't remember what day it was. I ordered a Google Pixel, new phone. I need a new phone. My phone's like 4 or 5 years old. So I'm like, all right, we'll get the Google Pixel. Got it on Black
What did
Friday.
you have before?
A Nexus 6.
Wow. That wasn't a good phone when it was new.
No, it wasn't a good phone. It was new. I had a Galaxy S6 prior to that, and that one the battery is on the verge of exploding. It keeps bulging up every time you charge it, so I had to get rid of that phone.
That's kinky.
I know, right? It gets
You were just
bigger.
turning it on.
I was. Every time I plugged it in, right in the butt. So I ordered a Pixel,
Oh, man.
and I was supposed to have it shipped on the 25th, and I was supposed to have it on the 27th or 28th. Cool. Tuesday, Wednesday. Great. Nothing shows up. So on the 29th, I send a message to Google through their
service,
their
whatever.
customer service, because you can't call them. You have to send a message, and then they call you back. So I send a message to them at like 7:30 at night on the 29th. Hey, checking up on this order. It should have been here on the 27th or 28th.
I mean, it should have been there next day.
Well, in reality, that's my opinion. But 2-day
Right.
shipping, fine.
Because they got a warehouse of them sitting around.
Well, it's up in Chicago. That's a one-day trip.
Yeah.
That's a one-day trip. So
Pops.
I sent him a message. Your phone should ring in the next 30 minutes to 2 hours is the message I received back from the automated system online.
Okay.
Great. I was up playing a little Assassin's Creed. I go to bed at 1 o'clock in the morning. Or no, I take it back. That was on Thursday night. So Friday, I go to bed at 11 o'clock. Mm-hmm. Friday morning at 4:30 in the morning, my phone rings.
Nice.
It's Google. I just ignored the call because I'm like, I don't know who the hell this is. 650 area code.
Yeah.
Ignored it. It went to voicemail. It is a Google customer service representative calling me at 4:30 in the morning. Who in the hell thinks that it is absolutely that somebody would want a phone call from a Google at 4:30 in the morning? Why does Google think that that's appropriate?
Where's Google's customer service set up at?
California.
So they know what
It was
time
1
is.
o'clock in the morning.
That's
1 o'clock.
ridiculous.
The message I got was, "Hi, this is so-and-so from Google. We're just calling to follow up on the request that you had for your ordered blah, 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 blah. Please give us a call back if you have any other questions."
I can't. I got to send a message to get permission for you to call me.
Oh, no, I called back the 650 number that they called from.
Okay, and it worked?
It worked. That's Google's number. "Oh, I'm sorry. We're a little busy today. If you hold on the line, someone will be with you in 30 minutes.
Bullcrap. How long were you on hold?
50 minutes.
Nice.
I don't stay online for 50 minutes unless I'm severely pissed. They woke my ass up at 4:30 in the morning. First world problems, I understand that. But holy shit, it is not appropriate for a company, a business, or anybody to call anybody at 4:30 in the morning unless it is an emergency.
Yeah, I turned my ringer off.
Well, see, I keep mine on just because I have a 90-some-year-old grandmother. And if something
Beth
happens...
keeps hers on because of that reason. And I said, I made the mistake one time. She said, well, what if somebody is in the hospital or dies? I said, well, if they're
I'll
in
find
the
out
hospital
after
or
I
dead
wake
at
up.
2 a.m., they'll be in the hospital or dead at 9 a.m. probably.
That is true.
But I do understand what you're saying.
So I do keep it on for that one particular reason.
But they should not be calling that late.
That company should not be. They should fucking know
You should have
better.
told them to keep it and went back to Samsung.
I would never go back to Samsung. They can
you're
kiss
dumb.
my ass.
Best phones.
No.
Hands down.
Best hardware, yes. Software, atrocious.
Why?
That UI that they use and all the crap they put on their phones.
Dude, that's changed since
no,
your
it
S6.
has not. Has
I've
changed.
got the S7 right here, and it's still working great. I love it.
It may work great, but you've got all of Samsung's apps on there that you can't get rid of.
You can now.
Nope, you can't. You still can't get rid of them, even in Android 9. You can disable some of the stuff, but you can't get rid of the Knox. And for people who don't know, Knox is what Samsung uses as their security protocol. If you trip Knox, your phone just stops working altogether. KNOX. Go ahead and search it in your application.
I'm responding to a text. I quit carrying.
Okay, good. So Google, cut the shit. Don't call people at 4:30 in the morning. That is not appropriate.
Okay, so here's my question then. Would you rather have a phone that you can't delete apps off of, or a phone from a company that sends it to you a week late and calls you at 4:30
Well,
in
so
the
that's
morning?
the other part. So I finally got the phone. It was supposed to be delivered on Monday, and it showed up today.
Yeah, and
Which-
it seems like you've had nothing but problems with
Which
it.
is fine. No, I haven't had any problems with it. I'm still setting it up.
You told me you had to do a factory reset on
That's
it.
because I
You
screwed
got
up.
it today.
That's my fault. I screwed up, and I should have copied all the information from my old phone over, and I didn't do that. I just skipped it all, and I did a factory reset to get it set up properly. So I had all my apps and
Your
everything
phone's
on
like
it.
the Corvette of phones.
No, it's the Ferrari of phones at this
Real
point.
flashy.
It's not even flashy. It's just black,
Racist.
like my heart.
My heart might be black.
Well, no, your lungs are black.
Your heart probably looks medium rare.
Your lungs are black from
They probably are.
not using proper ventilation for forging.
There's proper ventilation.
Yeah, in a room, sucking in black smoke. And
It all goes out. You don't even smell it in there. You have to step outside to smell it.
well, you're coughing up a lung, dude.
That's because I'm sick.
No, it's not.
Upper respiratory
you
infection.
mentioned it the other day that you were coughing up a lung because you were forging, like 3-4 episodes ago.
That was at my home forge. That's not even cold.
That's, hey, I just calls them as a
Do
season.
you ever grill over charcoal briquettes?
Nope.
Or be around a campfire?
Nope.
Shut up, you liar. You dirty, filthy liar.
That's not in a room.
Neither
That's
was
not a house, like a roofed building.
Neither's my forge. I set it outside the pole barn.
But you hang over it and you suck in the smoke.
Same as being around a campfire.
No, campfire. If the smoke blows towards me, I move.
You've been wrong.
I mean,
this entire
smoke
episode.
follows beauty
I'm
and all,
change
but I
the
move.
Title to Martelle is wrong.
No,
with
we're calling it the Jimmy Barnes' episode.
The Jimmy Barnes is.
The Jimmy Barnes
with lots of apostrophes.
And S's.
You know what chaps my cheeks? I thought of one.
Finally.
There was a video put out. This woman did. She's drinking wine, so she's a little tipsy, which is kind of cool, kind of funny. And she starts apostrophe shaming people's Christmas cards.
Oh, yeah?
And tries to give an English lesson. So, like the Martelles, no apostrophe. The
No.
Nelsons, no apostrophe.
There should be an apostrophe on the Martelles.
Barnes, no apostrophe after the S. And she went through why.
The apostrophe should be after the S on Barnes.
No.
Yes.
This is what her video said.
I don't give a shit what her video said.
It would be the Barneses.
Proper grammar would be
I
the
looked it up,
Barneses.
she was right.
No.
No apostrophe.
Nope.
And then I basically just told her to shove off. I said something about, listen here,
Your wife
Heather.
commented on your live video.
Yeah, she did. That's my girl.
That's
why I married her all them years ago. 13 years ago, I married her because I knew she'd comment on my Facebook video.
Today.
What are you looking up now? What are you Googling?
So there's a video that it is Thanksgiving shaming.
Thanksgiving shaming?
Yes.
What's that even mean?
So I'll have to find the video and I'll post it on the Facebook page. This woman goes off on some mac and cheese that her daughter or niece made.
Okay.
Because she put cream cheese in the mac and cheese and she didn't make a traditional mac and cheese for Thanksgiving.
Sounds delicious, to be honest. I would try that.
I'll have to find the video. It's good. It's funny.
But how do you know the mac and cheese isn't good?
Because it has cream cheese in it.
You're assuming it's bad then. Okay.
Yeah.
So you don't know.
I don't have to assume. I know. Because cream cheese is good when it's on a bagel. It's not good in mac and cheese.
Disagree.
No.
Until you try it, you cannot say it's not good.
This has been the episode of us disagreeing.
Episode, we were both like, Jimmy, that's dumb. We never disagree.
We never
care
disagree.
enough.
Eat shit. Cream cheese in mac and cheese is not going to be good.
I'm not going to eat any of that for breakfast.
Well, that's what you'd be eating because it would be mac and cheese with cream cheese in it, and that's shit.
Until you try it, you cannot tell me that it's...
I don't have to try it.
Okay.
I don't have to do anything.
So this is funny because I think it's going to be the next episode, our buddy DJ's coming on, and him and I have had an ongoing disagreement. He has no kids. Kids are dumb. Kids suck. They're a drain. Blah,
kids
blah.
suck. Kids.
But he talks as if
they are a drain.
But the way he talks is
I love my girls, by the way.
Should have them. They're not worth, But he hasn't experienced being a parent. And his argument is, I've seen my nieces and nephews and kids in public, so I know I wouldn't want to be a parent. And I simply said, you don't know what it's like to be a parent until you're a parent. Seeing other kids in public, I hate. I look at other kids and go, they're driving me nuts.
Hate other people's kids.
I love my boys. I absolutely love my kids. I can't wait to get home and see them tonight. We're recording on Saturday instead of Sunday. I guess it's different, but I love my kids. So, I just said, until you have kids, you can't say you know what it's like to have kids.
And
until
having a dog is not the same.
Cream cheese? No, it's not. Having a dog is actually worse. I miss my dog. So
I love mine.
Not having mac and cheese with cream cheese, you can say you don't think that you would like it.
Look at him. No one else can look at him, but you look at him. Look how sweet he is laying on that bed with his pillow.
Diesel's a cool dog. I like Diesel.
He's so sweet.
He's a real cool dog.
You're getting a phone call.
Oh, that's my phone buzzing. Oh, from California. Let's see who this is. I'm going to put it on speaker.
Yeah, put it on speaker.
This is Randy.
Oh, it's ringing back.
What's it ringing back?
I don't know. Let's find out.
It's one of those automated things. I love messing with these people.
This is good. This can be good. It's Google.
What if it was? That'd be so funny. What is going on?
I don't know.
Please, somebody answer. I'm giving it 2 more rings and I'm done. Come on. This is Randy.
Hi, Randy. My name is Randy. I'm calling on behalf of Spectrum. How are you doing today, sir?
Spectrum?
Yeah, Spectrum, sir.
I'm doing good.
That's great. Well, sir, first of all, I want to let you know that this call may be monitored or recorded for quality and assurance purposes.
This call is monitored as well.
It's just that at Spectrum, we provide the highest quality, the best value, and extremely fast internet speed with the lowest pricing yet. So, sir, can I ask you, what's your current internet provider?
Spectrum. I figure you guys would know that if you were calling me.
Okay, I'm really sorry for the inconvenience, sir. This is an automatic system. And I don't expect, existing customers to be in this call, sir, but this is an automatic system, and sometimes call our existing customers, sir. So I'm really sorry for the inconvenience, sir.
No, it's fine. You're actually being recorded on our podcast right now, so I'm loving this. You're in California,
sir.
we're in Ohio. Look up the Buckhorn podcast for us on Facebook.
Excuse me, sir, can you repeat that?
It's the Buckhorn podcast. Look us up on Facebook. You're going to be on the episode. This will air in a couple weeks. You're not bothering me at all, man. I hope you're having a great time. The weather here's horrible. I hope it's good for you.
Okay, sir. I'm really sorry for the inconvenience. I'm just an employee here.
No, I'm not trying to mess
sir.
with you. I understand. Have a nice day, okay? Merry Christmas.
You too, sir. You too, sir.
Thank you.
I hate Spectrum. They called
I
me
feel
the other
bad
day.
for that guy.
No, I don't.
Well, you got to think, though, that guy's trying to make a living. He's trying to
Right.
make an honest living. He's set up to some machine that made him call me, and he didn't know we already have Spectrum services. I wasn't trying to mess with him. I thought it was going to be one of those. Here's my favorite one I get, the car insurance one.
I know. We've talked about that.
We've talked about it. I love
not
that one.
Not only the car
that's who it
insurance,
was.
the your warranty's up.
Yeah.
On a car you don't own
Yeah,
anymore.
exactly. I that's what I was hoping it was because I get them every time. And no, but so that could have been so much better.
It could have been better, but that
was kind of good though.
It was all right.
Hopefully, we got a new listener in California.
You know what? We don't, but we told him
No,
we were
we
recording,
don't.
so it's
He's
fine.
like, sir, I'm just an
He's
employee
like, I'm
here.
just an
And when he
employee.
said that, I'm like, dude, look, I'm not trying to bust your balls. I'm not. I get it because there are times that I get calls or I have to deal with crap, and I'm just trying to support my wife and my two kids. So had to tell him no worries and Merry Christmas and have a
Merry
nice day,
Christmas,
and end it there.
and he didn't even react to that.
No, I didn't want to waste his time.
He's like,
Yeah, it kind of sounded like he might have been having a bad day. He might have had a call from somebody else called at 4:30 a.m. and had to deal with that crap.
I got something similar to that call the other day, and I'm like, I'm gonna have to call you back. And they're like, but wait, I'm like, click, because I already I have Spectrum. Why don't you know that?
Right.
Spectrum.
Yeah, I don't
Hey,
blame
Spectrum.
that employee. I blame the higher ups that
Stupid
something somewhere
automated
should.
system.
Yeah. Anyway,
that's it. That's all we got. This is the
that's good.
Jimmy Barnes.
Barnes is
We disagreed on almost everything episode
which is really weird.
because we never said we said we typically don't.
You know what,
disagree.
Jimmy? I give you a big shout out on my Facebook Live when I was foraging today, and you chatted and interacted. I give a shout out to TrueFit. Screw you! You made us fight.
You completely screwed this episode up.
You're about to break up a happy marriage,
You Jimmy
a
Hat.
blessed union of souls.
You're a Jimmy Hat.
Jimmy Hat,
Dick. All right. Anyway,
Jamulson.
let's finish this. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
I got to give shout outs real quick.
You can get to that in a minute.
Record scratch.
Check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Buckhorn Podcast. You can shoot us an email at buckhornpodcast@gmail.com. It's a little different.
You have such a high IQ.
I know. I'm so dumb, I'm smart. I'm so stupid. So smart, I'm stupid. Depends on which
couldn't
way.
even say that right.
I know. It's both ways. That's how dyslexic I am.
I'm gonna die. I got the
Anyway, Randy has some shout outs he has like a million shout outs he wants to give that
That'll be quick.
he gave on this Facebook Live today.
All I'm saying is to buy local, support people, local artists. Shout out to
Speaking of, you said buy local and then support local people on your Facebook thing.
Yeah.
And you're like, you don't even have to buy, just support them. No, if you're going to support them, buy their shit.
Oh, I don't remember what I said, dude. I was out there.
Scott's was
freestyle
behind
rapping.
you and you're freestyling and you're like, you don't even have to buy their
Well, some
stuff.
people
Just
though,
support them.
You got to understand.
No.
Some people that follow my page and like it are like kids or teens that don't even have jobs. I don't expect them to pay $200 for somebody's knife.
I'm still waiting for my work lever, so
That's going to cost you $10,000.
no, it's not.
$5,000.
Nope.
Final offer.
Like $50.
Fine. Buy local for Christmas or make somebody something. Quit doing this whole, I bought you a $50 gift card, so here's my $50 gift card swap.
I like $50 gift cards.
And, I'm not forging you a $50 gift card. As a matter of fact, I
Can
didn't
you
even think
please?
about getting you anything.
Can you forge me a metal gift? Like
Yeah,
I want
I'm
a
just
metal
going to bring
credit
you
card.
in a rectangle piece of
Piece
metal.
of tin?
Scrap metal, yeah.
Dick.
I'm going to take a marker right on it. $50. $50. Scott Knives, SXOTT. Go check him out.
My middle name is Scott, and I don't spell it like that.
Okay, I don't care.
I know.
check out Chieftain Forge. I'm going to have some stuff for sale.
No one cares.
Jamie McLeese, she is an artist. She does amazing paintings. She does parody paintings. She has bought thrift store paintings and modified them, like cheap ones. She does amazing drawings. She's actually taken pictures I've sent her of my kids and drawn them in pencil or sketched them in gel pen. Just really good artist. Check her out.
Like characters?
No, like it's
like
the
for
image.
reals?
Yeah, like it's legit. Looks like a picture, but she hand draws it. And she also did mine and Martelle's faces for our logo that
we're working on.
Martelle's very slow.
So, and with that, with some of the upcoming
kidding.
So, just a kind of a schedule of what's coming up for the next podcast as well is we are going to take a week off for Christmas. We won't be around for Christmas, but we will have an episode released on Christmas Day.
So to them, we're not taking a week off.
So to them, you're not taking a week off. Well, there still may be a week because I'm going to be in Florida and you're going to be stuck in Ohio. But if you have
literally stuck in the mud in Ohio.
Yeah, you're literally going to be stuck in Ohio. We are doing an episode of bad Christmas songs.
Just Christmas songs in general. Send us your favorite and your least favorite.
Send us your favorite Christmas song and send us your least favorite.
Yeah, that's a good
We're going to be doing just
don't tell them exactly what. Just tell them
straight
we want. It's all Christmas music.
Christmas-based shows from here on out until Christmas.
Yeah, well, there'll be one the week before and then one the day of.
So there'll be 2 episodes.
So after this, we'll have 2 Christmas episodes.
And
back to back, bringing the jolly balls.
Yeah, Santa's jolly balls. Anyway, check us out on Facebook. Check us out on Instagram. Check us out on Twitter. We're trying to do whatever we can, take over the world, like Pinky and the Brain, and that's it.
I think you're Pinky.
I'm kind of dumb.
With your
Narf.
With your big IQ. Oh, with your big IQ.
That's the Brain.
All right, let's finish this up.
For Martelle, I'm Martelle for Randy. This is the Buckhorn Podcast, and we're out.
Bye.